We are facing the darkest time in humanity for generations. War, pestilence, and starvation are to name a few of the disasters forging a change for all of humankind. In November of the year 2019, a novel pneumonia outbreak began killing individuals not 20 miles away from the only BSL-4 level laboratory in all of China that is capable of handling and genetically editing viruses in order to better understand the threat that they pose to humanity. Within months, the entire world would be shut down. Hundreds of millions of humans forced to stay inside of their homes as scientists work tirelessly to discover what this novel disease means for humankind. It was in these months that chilling information came to light. A disease that many would recover from started leaving up to 80% of those once infected with debilitating, lingering symptoms. Fatigue, lack of hunger, weeks-long fevers, neurological disorders, and to make things worse, sudden cardiac and organ failure each became synonymous with disease recovery. Immediately after, political powers around our world started pulling their nations inward. Statewide closures met swiftly with borders as a defense mechanism to stop the spread of the disease. It was during this time that humans around the world discovered just how reliant they were on goods and service delivery. Within days, store shelves were emptied of staple goods and medicine. Canned foods and rice became a rationed source of nutrition. Common toiletries, a wishful pass as people reacted to a break in their expectation of availability. For many, the world stood still. After weeks of stress and forced containment, discontent among the populace reached a tipping point, and widespread political protests turned quickly into riots. The police pulled back, unable to answer the call to protect more than critical infrastructure. These forces were met swiftly with crop failures, extreme weather events forcing thousands from their homes in countries around the world, continued civil unrest and war between families, and uncertainty rose quickly in the hearts of all humankind. It is for these times, for this uncertainty, that you must prepare. If you do nothing more to get ready for what is coming, fulfill these 5 tasks and you will increase your chance to survive an event right now. Number 1. Learn how to make water safe to drink. Without it, you will die. The human body is made up of water. The heart and brain alone are over 70% water, with your other organs falling quickly behind. Even huddling deep within the confines of your own home, you are consuming water. When you feel thirsty, it's already too late. You are 5% dehydrated, and at just 15%, the human body shuts down. Learn to make water safe to drink through desalination, which removes salt and other impurities from water sources. Through filtration, which passes water through a membrane, allowing only the water and other smaller particles to pass. Through boiling, which kills bacteria and viruses through heat. And by way of sanitation, which uses a chemical like bleach to eradicate dangerous pathogens from your water source. Finding water is your first step to survival. Making it safe to consume is next. Number 2. Stock no less than 3 months' worth of staple food supplies and medicine. The COVID crisis showed the world that without constant transportation, there will be no canned goods on the shelf for you to purchase. Plan ahead now by purchasing staple dried goods like rice, flour, and sugar. These can be preserved over the course of a year by placing these dried goods into 5-gallon buckets and using them as necessary. Next, find out how many cans of food you need to supplement the dietary needs of your family. Rice and flour make great calorie-dense foods, but they are sparse in nutrition diversity. Adding canned fruits and vegetables into your food stores ensures that your entire family will have the health that it needs to survive the next event. Number 3. Plan to forage and hunt inside and outside of the city. Being stuck inside of a city does not mean that hunting is out of the question. What it does is it gives hunting a different meaning. Learn what animals are around your workplace, your neighborhoods, your modes of transportation to and from your essential places. Use popular phone applications and physical books to learn the wild edibles that survive all around you, so that you and yours may survive through supplementation. If you have an interest in mushroom gathering, there is no better time to learn than right now. Many mushrooms have dangerous and even deadly lookalikes. Positive spore prints that are sent off to local universities and learning from skilled foragers is the only way to ensure that you don't turn dinner into a disaster. Number 4. Learn how to protect yourself and your home. It's now obvious. The police are not coming. They cannot come quickly to your aid in times of widespread chaos. Their main job becomes protecting the continuity of government and infrastructure so that the majority within the populace can remain safe. This excludes the protection of the minority that are suffering catastrophe at any time during the event. Do you have the ability to purchase a firearm so that you may use the same tools to defend yourself as your attacker will use? Can you find and practice with less lethal tools, such as bear mace, hornet spray, police-grade pepper spray, batons, and weapons of urban lethality? Any tool that sits short of a firearm becomes an enhanced skill that takes determination and training if you hope to use it against an oncoming attack. Practice with less harmful alternatives that mimic the weight and the hold of your tools of defense. Use a bat to practice against a dummy, a practice knife against a training companion, a can of WD lubricant against a target, or a stick against a tree. Any one of these training exercises will increase your hand-eye coordination and make you better prepared to handle your own when the attack comes your way. And number 5, make a plan to remain mobile. There is a military saying, "No plan survives first contact with the enemy." That invaluable phrase comes from a 19th century Prussian military commander, where it holds as true today as it did those many years ago. You might have the best bunker in the world, stocked to the brim with gadgets and supplies, but one fight against a trickster or an enemy that has thought through this attack will leave you and your family drowning or gasping for air in what you had hoped to be an impenetrable fortress. No matter what your situation is, able or less able, fit or handicapped, injury, incidents, and circumstance can leave you without access to your retreat location. Sit down with your family and talk about what could cause you to leave your home during a crisis. Where will you meet? How will you protect yourself on the road? How will your group members meet up? And will they be able to identify themselves in the dead of night? What about your food storage or your pets? Who among you will carry those burdens during an event? Only by working on these 5 skills and enhancing them to the fullest of your abilities will you be prepared for what is coming. Please comment, like, and share this video. From my family to yours, thank you for being here with us. Our outreach is only made possible by members on patreon.com/fullspectrumsurvival. Consider joining us there, where you will get monthly survival cards in the mail from our family to yours. They're waterproof and for your backpack so that you'll be better prepared for what is coming. Please stay strong and stay safe.